everybody, this is Debbie, and welcome to The Sane Progressive. Today we have Kenneth Mejia. Did I get that right?
You got it.
Wow. Hey, I finally did it. He is running in California for the District 34 seat for House of Representatives, Congress. Yes. All right. So let's now. It is, and our feed is working. Actually, we're having a little bit of luck with the tech gods today because it appears that the Facebook live feed is working. So if people want to check in and just make sure to let me know that the audio and video is good, and then we'll get into the interview. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Or good afternoon, such as it is. Yes. And it's exciting to have Kenneth. I think, now, were we the first interview that you did on social media?
The first interview we did was with Steve.
Oh, he beat me to it. He beat me to it. I was going to say, you launched your social media tour here. I think I was only second. Shoot. Hi, everybody. All right. So, Kenneth is running with the Green Party.
Correct, running with the Green Party.
That's right. So now it's been a few weeks since you've been on here. What has happened in that time? Tell us about the campaign, how the campaign is going, where the race stands right now.
So right now we have 19 days left until our election. It's going to be on April 4. And so far, vote by mail has begun 2 weeks ago. And already 3,000 ballots have came in, so it's pretty nerve-wracking because it's going to be a low voter turnout.
Okay.
And we've just been hitting the doors, over 1,000 doors a week, making phone calls, 500 phone calls a day. And this is all through the help of volunteers. We're 100% volunteer run. We've raised over $37,000.
Wow.
It's been amazing. You helped us raise like a couple thousand with this post. So hopefully people watching this again can donate.
I have very, very generous viewers. So we shall see. And I know you guys. And remember, now how many people do we have on the Sane Progressive page? Almost 60,000. What would happen if even half of you gave $1? Can you imagine? We would almost double his total. $1. That's it. So
exactly.
So tell us about the campaign. What has the reception been like?
The reception's been great. We were actually mentioned on the LA Times yesterday. We're on the front page.
Really?
And with other candidates, but it was good though. They were talking about the Bernie vote, and we're a huge Bernie, but we're not gonna rely on him to save us. So that was actually really cool. We are entering in 19 days, so we really are, every day we're hitting the doors, hitting the phones. There's really like no secret to winning a grassroots campaign. It's literally your volunteer base and making sure you have direct voter contact. So that's what we need. We could still use the help. And then in the last week, we're going to, get out the vote and make sure people actually get to the polls, because last week, Los Angeles had their city council election where we voted for mayor, and only 11% of the registered voters voted. And it's sad. 500,000 people out of 5 million decided the fate of 11 million when you include children. So it's really pathetic, and hopefully we can bring out people to vote, because, we could change policy. We could affect people. We can make it so you don't have health insurance. So make it so you do have health insurance, so you don't get deported, so you do get education. So hopefully this last 3 weeks, we can really get out the vote. So it's been really good. The reception's been great. Everyone is ready for a third option.
Oh, yeah.
We're that.
Yeah, people are fed up with the cesspool of the duopoly, that's for sure. So people are just coming on the thread. Again, this is Kenneth Mejia. He is running for Congress for the Green Party in the 34th district in California. And I know a lot of my viewers, highest demographic on Facebook. We know it, ladies, 45 to 65 out in California. Love you all. So for people who may not have caught you on the show before, and are, because I'm sure some people are seeing you for the first time, tell us a little bit about the positions that you're running on, the core policy issues that you're advocating in your campaign, because some people are just getting to know that you're in this race at all.
Right. So, hello everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Kenneth Mejia, a 26-year-old running for Congress in California's 34th Congressional District. It is a open election, a special primary, because our congressman has vacated his seat to become California's Attorney General. So the election has been going on since December, and we have 19 days left. And one of the biggest things, 3 big things in our district that we're pushing on and helping is humane immigration reform. We also want to provide health care as a right, education as a right, and let me add one fourth thing is housing. Nationally and also in Los Angeles, there's a huge housing crisis. A lot of people can't afford to go sleep in their homes. Rent is too high. And so what we want to do is make sure nationally housing is a right. So those are just some of the 4 big issues, and we can go into detail if you want, but yeah, those 4.
Well, I mean, now you're under the Green Party, so I mean, a lot of my viewers are very familiar. A lot of my viewers are Greens, anyways. So obviously you're championing the tenets of the platform of the Green Party. One of which is, as we all know, single payer. We need to end the enslavement to private insurance companies, which both, in this debate that we are seeing. Debate, if you can call it that, you have the Democrats fighting to maintain enslavement to private insurance companies, and then you have the Republicans fighting to maintain enslavement to private insurance companies. How are you different?
When I read the news or read about Democrats trying to save Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act, which is not affordable nor caring, which is what Jill said.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I hear that the Donald Trump saying they want to move towards block grants and HSAs. It's just a joke. It's like literally people, 60% of Americans across party lines want single payer.
Is it up that high now? It was at 53%. Wow, it's up.
60. It's ridiculous. People want single payer, and even the Republicans want single payer because it's cheaper and everyone's covered. But the Green Party in our platform actually is fighting for single payer. When you look at the people we're running against are these candidates. You have people who backed Hillary, who said single payer would never happen, and now we're running against them, and they're like, "Oh, single payer, yeah, because it's popular now." And I was wrong, but I want to make sure no one knows. And then you also have progressive candidates who want to pass single payer in the Democratic Party. They don't even want that. Only 60 Democrats have co-sponsored HR 676, which is single payer. And it goes to show that there's still beholden to corporate interests. So us, the Green Party, our campaign, this is what we're fighting for. This is what the people are fighting for. And no one can match that. Unequivocally, these Democrats are beholden to big pharma and health insurance companies. So it's it's pathetic when I hear the whole Donald Trump versus Obamacare controversy when we all really know what we should be having. So.
Yeah, it's absolutely, and people who are trying to do this thing of trying to reform within the Democratic Party, I was saying to my viewers yesterday, can you name one person who actually, was elected as a progressive who still behaves as a progressive? Every single person who gets into that party is either co-opted into the establishment within a very short period, or they're driven from the party. So, we need candidates from these alternative parties who you can operate within the confines of a party and a system that is providing you ethical support. It's such a failed strategy. All right, so you have single payer, which is great. We definitely need single payer. And talk a little bit about the college education for all Americans.
Right, so the Green Party and our campaign, we want to provide tuition-free public college and university for everybody. The Republicans don't want to do that. They want to make sure you work forever and then get a loan and you eventually pay it off. And then when they do, you get a job. They're like, I did this. I worked so hard to get this, and then you also have the Democrats who want to try to pass it, but they're like, oh, only if your family makes less than 120,000, which is not good enough. You know, you could work your whole life as in working class, and you and your husband or me and my wife could eventually reach 120,000 down the road, and oh no, like we're making over 120, now we have to pay for this $30,000 a year school. You know, that's not good enough. So the Green Party and our campaign are fighting for tuition-free public college and university, regardless of income. Regardless of anything, we believe education is a right. And we also believe that we should cancel the $1.3 trillion of student debt. And that's what we believe. That's what we want to do. We could fund both of these proposals either by literally taxing the 1%, by taxing Wall Street through a speculation tax on stocks, bonds, derivatives, or we could literally use, when we create this legislation and we create the budget, is use the Federal Reserve Board to pay for this, because they're the ones who fund basically all types of proposals and legislation. So that's what we're fighting for: tuition-free public college, university, and canceling $1.3 trillion of student debt.
All right. Now, I want to get more into policy, but if you could give your website so that if people want to go there and they want to volunteer to do phone banking, they want to volunteer. I know many of you are locals in California if you're in the 34th district, so that people have the place to go if they want to become involved.
Right. So if you want to learn anything about me, our policies, our platform, visit, or you want to donate or volunteer, it's all in one page. It's Mejia4Congress.com, MEJIA for Congress.com, and you'll find all the details. If you want a phone bank, click the volunteer, sign up to phone bank. It's super easy. We have a script and a website. And if you live near LA, come out every day on the weekends. We need your help knocking on doors. And
we're going to get more into policy in a minute, but as Kenneth was saying, this is a very low turnout special election race. Yeah. So that's a double-edged sword. And so it provides an opportunity where candidates who may not be able to be more viable in a race that gets more attention and more money invested in it from the Democratic Party, good grassroots organization and phone banking. When you're talking, I mean, how many thousands of people do you think will participate in this? Do you have any idea what you expect the turnout to be in terms of raw numbers?
We're thinking maybe like 30,000 out of 300,000 voters.
30,000 people, right? So it's in the realm. When you have voter numbers that low, you know, it is in the realm of like being able to touch a race. So please go to the website. Now, let's get more into policy. We have, what about military? You know, one of the things I've been talking about on the channel very much as of late has been the insane war policies, because it seems like you can't be part. Even progressives within the Democratic and the Republican Party are pretty much of the party of empire and voting for people who, such as James Mattis. 98 of the 100 senators voted to approve Trump's National Defense Secretary, who is actually a war criminal in Iraq. And so what is the policy of the Green Party? Because I don't believe that we can successfully create change in this country unless we include our military spending and how we are fighting these nonsensical wars.
Right. So, I mean, our platform and our campaign and the Green Party, you know, we're basically modeled after international law. You know, first of all, we would rather, and the part of the Green Party's platform is peace. Like, that's literally part of our 4 pillars of justice is peace. And we don't see the need to go to war like we've been doing for the past, just even since, like, the past 30 years for oil, Iraq, Afghanistan, getting involved in humanitarian efforts, which are a lie, which are a cover, you know, like in Syria or Libya. We believe that if we are attacked, we will attack back. We're not just going to go in Iraq or some country and say, hey, there's weapons of mass destruction there, but there's really nothing. And then, while at the same time we're in there extracting oil, it is a facade. And, you know, the Green Party stands for peace. And it's what Jill Stein said. We're not going to do anything or take military action unless we have to, based on international law. And we have over like 700 bases more combined than like the entire country, like times 2 or something. I don't know what it is, but I saw a figure, and we believe in peace and prosperity and diplomacy before we actually get out there and start bombing the hell out of people and creating mass refugees who come to the United States and then we turn them back. So that's sort of what we believe in. All right. And our stance on it.
All right, I'm going to look to some of the viewers' questions and comments. Oh, you can tell it's a sane, progressive audience because what is everybody talking about? Everybody's worried about your vote being counted. Because have you taken any action? Do you have people in place to volunteer to supervise the precincts on election day? Do you have exit posters in place? Have you developed a plan to safeguard the vote? Because I think that's what I don't know if you saw, but independent polling in California in many districts showed that Bernie Sanders actually was winning those many districts by 8-9%, but Hillary Clinton was winning in a flip of that number. And I don't know if you've ever seen Jordan's on the Young Turks, their expose on the primary fraud in California, or that Ray Lutz just had a lawsuit against the state of California, and they won in terms of exposing auditing fraud in the election. So have you addressed this issue at all?
No, we have not.
Okay, this is what kills campaigns, Kenneth. I mean, and I've had major candidates, let me tell you this, I've had major candidates who busted their ass, who I had on my show, and I said, you have to address the issue of this. They completely ignored me, and now they tell me off camera and offline, Debbie, I should have listened to you. So I know one of the things that we can do is, one of the things, you can have poll monitors, you can have people supervising, you can develop exit polls, and I know that there are people out in California who are already working on this issue. So if you are somebody out in California, I know my viewers, many of you are election integrity activists, you can contact the campaign. Because this is what is missing in so many of the campaigns. And I hate to bring it up, I don't want to be a buzzkill, but I literally spent 12 hours a day for near a year trying to help Bernie Sanders protect the vote, and he never addressed it. And had he fought it, he might be president today. So, and I think, I mean, where are you standing in the race right now, Kenneth? Aren't you really right up there at the top?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a latest poll until February, but we've been getting more volunteers, getting more contacts. Last time in February, we were like top 6 out of 23 candidates, 19 Democrats splitting the vote. So it's going to come down to the final wire, and I think there's going to be a lot of identity politics coming on, and cultural politics as well, because LA's diverse. And it's going to be so split. Like, we really don't know. I think we should still be in top 6, and we just need to be top 2 to advance. So probably around the top 6 range as the only Green Party.
No, we definitely need that. And so tell me a little bit about your rallies. You went and you had Jill Stein come out. How was that for you?
It was actually really amazing. I'm humbled, to say the least. Like, the day before, I went to the California Green Party State Convention, and I dropped her off at her hotel. But she's, like, so chill. She's so relaxed. And we had, like, a live stream in the backseat of the car. And she's just like a normal person. She doesn't need an entourage or security. She speaks to everybody who reaches out to her. If you're a kid, if you're an elder, if you're an adult, or anybody, she just talks to you like, you guys are just friends. And she came out to California. She campaigned for us. She spoke like at every big city in California and told people to phone bank for us. So campaigning for us. And at our rally, she met my mom, so that was cool, and my family. and she spoke for 20 minutes. It's on my page, and she just gave a fiery speech. And her speeches have become even like better and better as time
She's been
goes
having a
on,
lot of practice. You hone the skill. Yeah.
It's sort of like she's like, I don't give a damn anymore about what these people think. I'm gonna say what I want, and she just boom goes out there, and the crowd loves it. Like, we have radicals who support us, because that's what we need. We need radical change. It's not good enough to be progressive anymore, because the Democrats are already co-opting that term. You have to be revolutionary, and we're proud of that, and Jill knows that. So,
bless you.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay. So let's see if any more final comments. Well, I'm really pleased that you're getting the support, and that the campaign is doing so well with the fundraising and the grassroots volunteers. I just am really trying to get people to put in protecting the vote as part of their campaign. It really needs to be. It really needs to be part of your campaign. I think, because one of the things I suspect that you have, Kenneth, that the other candidates don't, is you have probably enthusiasm, because you are. People are starving for an alternative. They're starving for truth. They're starving for an alternative. They're starving for a means to be free of this oppressive system. And the people who are involved, or the voters who want to support you, are driven by that drive. And enthusiasm is so important in this. So if you have enthusiasm and you want to help, in terms of, and you guys can help. Candidates can't do everything. One of the things that many people did, it happened in Florida. People organized their own exit polls. People organized their own means of supervising it. And you got to talk to Ray Lutz. All right. Anything else that you want to say to people that they should know about you, that you think is really important before we sign off the air?
Yeah, so everyone watching this, know that you have a hand into shaping the future of politics, starting now. We have 19 days left, and this election is a gateway into a possibility of what can come. If we win in 2017, we'll be the first Green Party member, but in 2018, we're going to open the doors to many other Greens, many third parties, people who actually give a damn about the people. And the tide is changing, because the Democrats, longtime Democrats, are sick of the Democratic Party, and even the Republicans are sick of Donald Trump because he lied to them. So if we win here, we can really have that end goal of single-payer healthcare as a right. We could literally have education as a right. We could cancel student debt. We could move to 100% clean renewable energy. We could have humane immigration reform. Because to be honest, we just need to have a majority of people in Congress who actually relate to us, who actually care about the people, who actually are one of us in a government capacity. And so if we win, you were a part of this. But the only way we could win, because we're up against candidates, Democratic candidates who raised over $500,000, close to $1 million, who are using TV ads, mailers, all that stuff. But that's not going to win. The way it's going to win, since it's a low voter turnout, is through direct conversations, either through a phone or either through knocking on doors. So anyone watching this, we literally have over like 1,500 people signed up on our website. But if we could get that up even more, if you could phone bank from your home to talk to the voter, to let them know why our campaign is special, why is it important, they'll vote for us, because they're not going to react on a commercial or a mailer. They're going to react on these real conversations where you heard their concerns and what they want to hear about what we're bringing that's different. So please sign up to volunteer. We are only asking for 1 hour a day for the next 19 days. If you could do 1 hour a day, we could seriously win. And use our campaign as a model, as a grassroots model for a campaign that's 100% volunteer driven, because if we win, you'll know exactly what we did to win. So please visit MejiaForCongress.com. If you guys could also donate too, because we need help as well, $26, because I'm 26 years old. And yeah, just check us out, share us, and please get involved. This is Kenneth Mejia, and our election is April 4th. It's an open election.
April 4th. Okay, so, and if you're in California, you can go out directly if you're in the 34th District. What composes the 34th District, by the way, for people who aren't familiar with California?
Right. So if you're in California, 34th Congressional District, it's literally the heart of LA. It includes downtown Los Angeles. It includes Koreatown. It includes parts of Echo Park. It includes Boyle Heights, East LA, all the way up to Northeast LA, Eagle Rock, Highland Park, Cypress Park. It's Chinatown. It's literally the city of Los Angeles. So if you know anyone in the city of Los Angeles, tell them to vote for us, or tell them to volunteer, or if you live around there. So.
Have you contacted Viggo Mortensen? He's a huge Green Party supporter. You should try to get contact with Viggo. Maybe he'd do a rally for you. Just brainstorming. Just brainstorming. Anybody who knows Viggo, get in touch with him.
Cool.
That'd be perfect.
Celebrities, yeah.
Yes. He's a good egg, that man. All right, so now people who are interested in supporting Kenneth, your website one more time.
MejiaForCongress.com. MEJIA for Congress.com.
Perfect. Now, even if you can't do anything or phone bank, you can share to your social media pages. You can share to other groups. If you're in California, share, put it all over. And when you share, at the top, what I want you to do is put the date of the special election and the district. You're going to put April 4th, House of Representatives Congressional Green candidate. That will derive interest. All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I'm really pulling for you.
No, thank you very much. I know you're following us, and it's amazing the social media stream outlet, not the mainstream media. You guys, Steve, Debbie, Tim, Jimmy Dore, who interviewed us, Noah, you guys are all giving us this space to express ourselves. And this is a nationwide movement. And I'm really thankful for you for having this channel and this platform and having 60,000 people who could learn about real progressive revolutionary candidates. So thank you, Debbie. I got to do my homework on election integrity. And yeah.
All right, Kenneth. Well, we're pulling for you. And we'll check in hopefully right after the election. Maybe do a post celebration. We're going to think positive.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
All right, honey. Talk soon. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was Kenneth Mejia. As you see, I'm holding their feet to the fire because we got to address the election fraud issue. And even if he fell victim to election fraud, exposing the fraud that occurs in election. And we don't know if it's going to happen because he happens to be in a district that Bernie Sanders actually won, which tells me they have an election setup or rules within that district that may be overcoming the margin of cheating. But that all candidates need to make part of their platform. Candidates can't just run campaigns. Candidates have to protect the vote. It has to be part of running for office because there's too much corruption. There's too much fraud on the machines. We've lost too many elections that we've actually won to be strategizing and doing all these great things, getting out the vote, donating money, doing, door to door, all of the things that should make us successful, but then we are not successful. So, I really like Kenneth. He is, if you go to my Twitter page, I have some of the videos up of him speaking directly to the crowds, and he is confronting the Democratic Party right on and talking about how they have sold out the people of that district. And I've been very impressed how he has been really using language that is fighting them in a fierce way. So you can also, if you go to his page on Facebook, if you go to Twitter, Jimmy Dore has an excellent interview with him. Tim Black has interviewed him. And you can get more information because he talked more about some of the policies that the campaign supports that way. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. And I'll be back soon with always more and more happy news. Thanks so much, everyone. As always, this is Debbie, the Sane Progressive. You guys stay sane. Peace out, everybody.